a minute. It's been a minute. You are on with my 2 cents. I'm your girl, Pastor Steph.
Shanti's.
I'm that Brooklyn guy, Ainsley Harris. That's me. Hey, that Brooklyn guy.
Hey.
Brooklyn.
Before we go any further, we got to give a shout out to our girl who holds it down for us in the background. Let's say hey to Anika. Hey.
That's right. What's up, Nika?
Hey.
What's up, Nick? Can't do without you.
Yes. If you know how we do, if you in the room, make sure you give us a shout out and you say hey so we can say hey back. It's been a whole minute and we have been like busy, and then 1 week ill, and then another week somebody else was ill, and man, it was just like crazy. And then we had our big women's conference that ate up every ounce of Pastor stuff. So I listen, it is what it is. I ain't who I used to be. But we are back. It is the middle of August. So we've got a whole lot of catching up to do, because before you know it, it'll be the top of the year and all of these shows and awards will be given out. And we need to make sure that we are being held down. We need to make sure that we know what's ultimately being left out, if that's the case. So let's say a hearty hello to our girl, Ketty. Hey, Ketty.
Yeah, what up?
All right. So this week, we have a lot of catching up to do. So we are going to be reviewing Beverly Hills Cop installment 4, which is called Axel Foley. And we will be reviewing Power Book 2 Ghost, which we're going to have to do a review of the entire first half of the finale season. So we got a lot of talking and chatting to do. Let's say hello to our girl Vivian, also known as V. Hey.
What up, Viv?
All right. Thank you for joining us. Listen, call a friend. You know people who like to look at TV. We like to look at TV. We like to look at movies. And what else? Listen, I got my popcorn and my water. Yeah, I ain't drinking nothing sweet. My water. And I got my snacks. I'm sure you've got your snacks. If not, you got a quick second to go and grab something. Just put your headset on or just turn the volume up so you don't miss anything, okay? All right.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to do something different. I'm going to be making my popcorn while I'm speaking to y'all.
Oh, no.
Somebody a long time ago gave me a little hot air popcorn. Y'all can't see it, right what it is. So, y'all see me go over here like this? That means I'm going to get some popcorn.
Okay. I just got one question. Is it safe? Because the last time we had you and your popcorn on deck, it was quite loud. So, is it safe that we can have you actually popping the popcorn?
Good. I think we good this time. I think we good.
Okay.
I think we good.
All right.
We're going to find out.
I was just going to say, and I'm going to give you your shout out if it actually is a success. Okay?
All right.
So Anika says, so instead of chewing, we're going to hear the popping.
Yep.
Oh, shucks now. All right. So I want to get this Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley movie out of the way. And since we haven't been on for a minute, we're just going to do ladies first. Shanti's.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
It was pretty okay. Of course, this is part 4 technically. So, once you get to a part 4, it's like, okay. I'm not a big fan of the young lady who played the daughter. So once I saw her, I was just like, okay. It was a really good storyline. I liked the storyline. I love how they were able to bring Billy and Rosewood back. Everyone finally looked like they aged. Kevin Bacon also starred alongside of them, and he still looks great. Even with him looking like he aged a little, he looks good, really, really good. And acting chops is still on point. Overall, it was pretty, okay. You can tell Axel Foley has aged some when you watch Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. You know, he was a lot more flexible. But of course, you know, now you're talking about 40 years since the initial, you know, Beverly Hills. So it's like, what do you really expect at this point? You know, but it was really good. I really enjoyed the storyline, which was my main thing. I wasn't too big of a fan of the fact that him and his daughter was estranged and all that, because they didn't dive enough into that part for me in order for that to like really like click. But overall storyline was pretty good.
Okay, okay. All right. So in general,
Mm-hmm.
Brother Ames, what you got to say about the Beverly Hills Cop installment for Axel Foley?
Um, it's typical franchise. Let's follow the theme, the template, what we did before. Let's do it again. I like Eddie Murphy. Um, you know, it's just typical. You know, it had its moments, but you know, I think it's considered this is like 40 years since the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess it's older crowd. You know, you know the audience that remembers from the first one is now older, and I think I don't know if you recall. I think this has seen the theme with Eddie Murphy recently. His movies are coming out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to me, although I like the movie, I wouldn't have gone to the movie theater to go see this as I
Okay.
would the first one. You know, and there seemed to be a theme with Eddie Murphy because I think he did it with this one, the movie he did with I think Nia Long,
Right, right. When
Oh,
she played his
your
wife.
people's, my people's.
right? And then the Christmas thing, it seemed like Netflix, which is fine because watching at home at Netflix, it's generally okay. But if I had to go to the movie theater and see it, I'd be like, nah. But you know, generally it's okay that like they kind of follow the template and stuff like that. There's always that one. Your mom always says, there's always that one thing in a movie that just don't make sense to me. It just don't make. All
Okay,
right.
wait. Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet.
All right.
Don't go there. We're coming. All right.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So go ahead.
But
What else you got to say? What else you got to say?
yeah, but that was okay. You know, my thing is, if you like the F word, this is the movie for you. There's so many F bombs in this.
Oh,
Oh my God, it's like crazy. So that's the reason why they got the R rating. But I liked it. Generally, I kind of loved it. It was all right. It was okay.
okay. Well, but Stephanie, I don't think I would have run to the movie theater to see this either. I just
Okay.
didn't have that type of interest in it. It wasn't
Right.
like my Bad Boys. I was like, I gotta go. I don't care if I spend the last 5 hours. I'm gonna see Bad Boys. 40 years down the line, it could have been worse.
True.
But because we've seen when they've come back with stuff, and it's like, oh, I didn't get that. That's not what I have. I just got finished watching it actually before it was time to come on. I needed it fresh in my brain.
I understand.
You can tell Eddie Murphy has aged 40 years from Beverly Hills Cop. We're not even talking about 40 years from Trading Places. We're talking about 40 years from Beverly Hills Cop. So it's been a while. And remember, he started off with Saturday Night Live being one of the prime time players. So he's been out there for a minute.
A long time.
Yeah. So, you know, after 40 years, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I'm with Shantice. Storyline was okay for me. And I'll hold on to, you know, some of the other stuff that I want to say as we get our two highlights. What's the best parts for you, Shantice?
I mean, the best parts for me is when he when he lies and makes up stories so that he can get like in somewhere or some. So, for example, when he was trying to get into the social club, and he pulled his bags out, said, "I'm a fire marshal," or whatever he said. Like, I think that part wasn't too funny in this part, but in this particular movie. But when he did it, and the part with the the gay guy in the other place when he act like he knew him from the movie. That part was a little funny.
Yeah.
And anytime he does that, it just reminds me of part 1, 2, and 3.
Right, the classic Axel
Right.
Foley.
It reminded me of each time, especially in 1. And there were a couple of times in 3, but especially in 1, he really nailed it when it came time to like pretending, oh, I'm this, and you know, just to get in. So I would say that was the best part for me.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately,
All right.
I don't have multiple.
Okay. Ainsley, highlights.
Yeah, I agree with Shantice. I mean, the posing improvising part when he was in the parking lot trying to get information from the guy, think, oh yeah, I recognize you from that movie. You know. Also, when he went right from the beginning, he went into that Jamaican accent when Billy.
Okay.
Like, who it is? Time in the night.
Okay.
So kind of interesting. But it's typical Eddie Murphy, the Beverly Hills Cop thing. You know, it wasn't nothing I could say, oh, over the top. I was like, oh, this is it right here. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, and not much I can say like that. On the good one.
Okay. Okay. For me, the highlight was actually seeing them bring back Jeffrey, Rosewood, and Taggart. I did like that. I like the fact that they kind of redid the soundtrack. You know, they recreated the soundtrack because it had a nice soundtrack, so I could live with that. It made it reminiscent of, and I think that's what they were trying to do. I think they were trying to take you back to 84, in other words, for me, I think what happened was, opposed to it being an extension and another installment, I think what they were trying to do was to take you back to the Axel Foley we love, and they didn't want you to have to think. They were going to continue to remind you of who this Axel Foley was. So, therefore, they gave you the Jeffrey, the Rosewood, the Taggart. They gave you the soundtrack. They gave you some of the characteristics, like like both of you have said, of who Axel Foley was back then. And although he had aged, he hadn't changed. So there was a constant reminder from Taggart and Rosewood and Jeffrey, actually, of this is who you've always been. This is who you'll always be. Rosewood and Taggart, especially Rosewood, was constantly, oh, I miss this, So my question becomes, so here you are 40 years later, because the detective, the young detective, actually references, did you ever read your jacket, your folder? And back in 84 and back in 87 and back in 94, this is what you did. And to actually see he hasn't changed, I don't know what I feel about that. I don't know. To me, I don't know if I would have enjoyed a refined Axel Foley. Someone who wasn't as silly as he was back in 84. Someone who did not have the antics from back in 84. So I don't know whether I would have preferred to actually see Axel Foley, a mature Axel Foley, where he, even if he did the same things, it was still on a mature level. I don't even know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's kind of like my highlights. I actually did like the flashbacks and and Surge, he was back.
Yes.
He was back, and I was hoping we could see Surge. And like I think Shanti said, everyone has aged. Okay, I'll talk about the other part because that's a whole different thing. But
you're right. But they follow, as I said, they followed the same template, because I didn't realize it. So I started watching it. Something I remember from back in the day. So everybody know the theme music. Dun, dun,
Right.
dun, 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 dun,
Right.
that, right? But throughout the whole movie, they actually played the same theme, but they played it melodically, a little more softer,
Right.
go down,
Right.
different tone, made it sound more sorrowful, a bit more
Right.
gleeful,
Right.
the emotion, but it was the same melody
It
line
was.
throughout the whole
It
thing.
was.
And it was back then I didn't realize it until way after the fact. But now knowing that, I realize that's exactly what they did here. So it's basically the same template. Straight too much off the box with that.
Right. And I think they were just trying to take you back to the Axel Foley Beverly Hills Cop that we were introduced to, that everybody loved. And one thing I was glad they didn't have to do that with Bad Boys. They just, we had some, hints here and there of the original Bad Boys, Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 3. But I don't think they had to do that for Bad Boys. So I don't know if they had not done it. They would have picked it up.
I don't think so, because I didn't watch I didn't go back and watch the older Beverly Hills Cop, the first, the second, the third. But you gotta remember there was a bit more recent Bad Boys than it is.
Right.
We got a little more refresher on Bad Boys, so maybe they had to go back remember as far. So
that makes sense.
That's what I was thinking.
That makes sense.
That's what I was thinking as well. They definitely have to remind you, because the last Beverly Hills Cop was in '94. Here we are in 2024, and especially for those who either haven't watched it in a long time or have never watched it. Now you get to see. So if this was the first one you watched, and then you go back and watch any of the first three or all of them, like you said, you'll see the same type of character. Because I agree, if he was more refined, it definitely would have been whack. He has to be. I don't care how old and crippled he is. If he can't keep up with the antics, they might as well have just left it alone.
Do it.
We're not gonna.
Really?
Yes, he had to crack the jokes. He had to bust out of the jail. He had to do this. He had to do that. If not, it's like, what we doing here? We didn't come to see the grandpa.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, even with him getting older, we still came to see. This is who Axel Foley has always been. A cop who never played by the rules, but always got the job done, and always found a way to fit in wherever he was. Even if you hated him, you still went along after a while, because you saw he was on to it. He knew what he was doing. If you now all refined and then look at the rest of the cast. I'm sorry, the one that played that daughter, she definitely could not have picked up any more slack than what she had. Because had he been more refined, that meant everyone else would have really had to be like up there in order for the movie to be good. Well, not with this cast. Everyone was alright. You know what I'm saying? But everyone was alright, but they weren't like pick up the slack cast members, in my opinion. So it worked out really good. He had to still be silly Axel Foley. If only Captain was still alive.
That's who I missed.
Yeah,
I missed Cap.
Yeah.
I missed Cap. I did miss him. Yeah. Anika says makes sense, almost like he has matured, and that's. I get what you're saying, but I could have dealt with a little more refined antics. He could have still did what he did, but just not the way he did it.
All right. But here's my conflict, though, right? So, one of my conflicts. All right, yeah, he gets the job done. That's what he's known for. He thinks out the box and improvises and stuff like this. That's why we like him. Love him. This is why we into it. So how come I to be so responsible in doing his job, but yet still be so estranged from his daughter?
That's the part I didn't like.
I was coming. I was waiting till we were going around. You already didn't jump the gun.
My bad. Okay.
You jumped the gun. You didn't jump the gun.
Okay.
That was on the tip of my tongue. That's why I said I'm gonna wait till we come back around.
Brooklyn guy. My bad.
Okay. Anything else on the highlights, Mr. Ainsley?
No, that's it. That's it.
All right. Your mouth is all tuned up for the other part. So
Oh yeah.
we're going to talk about the downside of the movie. Ainsley, since you already then started, we're going
Yeah.
to give you first dibs at it. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Okay. I don't make no sense. How can this man be so responsible? You can do all this kind of stuff. Leave Detroit, go to Beverly Hills, California, do your stuff over there now 4 times, but yet you're estranged from your daughter. And to me, that part is a big conflict. Supposedly, yeah, there's a line that he was trying to keep his family safe from this particular gang stuff like that. But there's no. It's to me. It's very lacking. It's very lacking. To me, that part is very lacking. Okay. Now, my other part, to me, the part that don't make no sense to me, but it would take away the whole storyline. Because we're dealing with these gangsters, drug dealers, right? Killers. Mm-hmm. The whole thing, because they killed and a cop. You can't get no more killerage than if you kill a cop, right?
Right.
So how come Billy is still alive near the end of the movie?
Wait, he's so what?
He's still alive. How come he didn't be dead from the very beginning when they caught him? He need to be dead. That part don't make no sense.
They were trying to get the SD card.
I know that, but they didn't get it. So I mean, come on now. You gonna keep him alive?
I agree.
That don't make sense. Come on now. Come on.
No, yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep this happy, all this shooting going around, ain't nobody getting hit with all of these bullets and stuff like that. That's typical, shoot back right in front of them, nobody getting hit. But you kill a cop, but you can't handle this old Billy Rosewood. He's dead right from the beginning. Add that tragedy into it, you know what I'm saying? But nobody gets hurt supposedly. Okay.
I actually thought that he was going to be dead.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like Ainsley felt. He did deal with a drug cartel. And after a while, when they don't get what they want, they just go ahead and off you because they hate cops anyway. And they'll just find out another way to go get the SD card.
Right, they already killed one cop.
Right. So my thing is, I ain't surprised. I am surprised that when they got to the house, he was still there. And I was like, oh, they kept him alive? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, tied up.
I thought the same thing.
It made no sense.
Okay. Shantice, the downside of Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley.
That estranged daughter storyline. That's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head. Everything else was just going along with the initial storyline, but that one, like I said, because it's not even like they really went into depth in any way. It was just, I'm your daughter, we don't speak. And then there was that brief conversation with them in the car. Oh, so-and-so was after my family, so I had to make a move. I had to bust a move.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
Well, did you have to divorce and stay in Detroit too? It didn't get detailed enough for me. Again, you have to remember, there's people who have been following Axel Foley. This ain't our first time, so it's like really weird. Like, wait, what's happening? What's going on? I would say that was the part for me. And the one who played the
daughter. Okay. All right, so here's my list. Here's my list. Number one, I am so tired of the same storyline of these men are cops, these women are cops, and all the kids are mad because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't have a relationship. Their parents got a divorce. How come you didn't stick around? I am so tired. I was like, yo, you waited 30 years, we've had 3 installments. We have yet to hear about a child. We have yet to hear about a marriage.
A
We've yet
girlfriend.
to hear about a relationship. That's what I'm saying. Nothing. And to me, that was unrealistic. That you had this daughter, and yet, oh, excuse me, y'all. The downside to eating popcorn. You had this daughter, and there was never a mention. We never saw you dating anyone. Never a hint of a girlfriend's name. Nothing. At least with Taggart, we heard he was married. We knew Rosewood was he was single. But now you got this whole daughter who is 32 years old, and yet we don't know nothing about her. And it's the same storyline that she's mad because, you weren't around, and now you defending yourself because your mom didn't let me stay. Your mom pushed me away. You got older and you pushed me away, so I stayed away. I'm like, yo, we really have not evolved into anything more up to date. We got more issues than that.
Right.
So I gotta say it. Why here we go with the same storyline. You had a relationship with the cop. Yo, we still have not evolved into new storylines. It was either a cop or a lawyer. Also, she never wanted to marry a cop. Oh my gosh. Come on, y'all. You have 30 years. 30 years to come up with a banging situation, issues, and you did nothing. I think they could have kept in the Taggart, the Rosewood, the Jeffrey. Jeffrey is now, he's top man in Detroit. And there could have been like a whole lot of other sub storylines. I just think, Dirty Cop. Come on, y'all. I was so it was just not enough for me. And like I said, my thing is if you're going to revive these stories, if you're going to revive these movies, if you're going to revive these series, then get the writers on the table and let them bang you out some stuff. And, I got to say it, and we're going to be talking about it in a minute. But listen, the hood stories have the hood stories. The hood stories tell the hood stories. Y'all tell the hood stories. Y'all black, tell the hood stories. Stop telling these same old boring stories, and at the end, she crying and she wished she had listened and been a little more gentle. Come on.
I'll make a prediction. I bet this is going to be the last one. Because where else you going to go from here?
It needs to be the
it
last
has
one.
to be the last one, Ames. It has to be.
It needs to be the last one.
Where you going? You going to be chasing somebody who's kidnapped your grandchild? Where are you going?
Someone stole my dentures. I must have smelled it. I was like, no, that's it.
Yeah, you just ran yourself. Yes, you just ran yourself in the ground. You honestly did. And, I think for 30 years, and y'all, you had to, somebody came up with the vision of bringing back Axel Foley. I don't think it was a bad idea, honestly, because it had been 30 years.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. It would have been nice to see a nice, installment. But my thing is, come up with some stuff, y'all. With all the things that have happened in 30 years, we done been through a whole crack epidemic, fentanyl, horse pills. We can sell weed legally. We had a black president for 2 terms. I mean, we got stuff. Let's do this thing. Ah, well, a nigga says, well, goodbye, Axel. Yes, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Yes, ma'am. All right,
Bye.
Shanti. What'd you say, Ace?
Say bye, Axel F. No more. No, no more.
All righty. Shantice, kick it or click it?
I say click it.
Okay. Okay. Ainsley, click it or kick it?
Watching at home, click it. I go to the movie theater, I have to kick it. But watching at home, I mean, I ain't had to go out, I'll click it.
Okay. Well, here we are with Oppenheimer. I do not agree. I say, even though it's at home and you can watch it for quote unquote free, you ain't got to leave your house. You can pop your popcorn, drink your juice, eat your nachos, get a ballpark frank, kick it. It was boring. Only reason why I kept going is because I had to talk about it tonight. But other than that,
I'm not surprised you said that.
But she'll watch Oppenheimer.
at least it was original.
Yeah, originally whack.
Yeah. on a crazy level of whackness. You know?
I thought
said on a
science
crazy
class
level.
I thought they couldn't get worse than science class.
No, he said on a different level.
That shows
All
you
right.
how intense whack is. Look how long ago we talked about that, and we still talking about Oppenheimer.
Y'all don't know good
It's like
stuff. Y'all don't know good stuff.
traumatization.
Y'all
It's
know
like,
good
yo, so
stuff.
Oppenheimer, oh no, let's talk about that.
So you know what? You know the 2-1. They say go ahead and click it, especially if you don't have to leave the house. Ketty says I agree. Kick it within the first 15 minutes.
Oh wow!
Now I ain't do it like that. I gave you a little more than 15 minutes, but I agree. I kick it. So listen, it's up in the air. Let us know. What'd you say, Ace?
You didn't even make any Beverly Hills in 15 minutes.
Right? You was still in Detroit.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, let us know what you think. You know, when we come back to see, to review some other stuff, let us know what you think. If you didn't watch it before now and you waited for the three of us to let you know what we thought about it, then go ahead and view it and let us know what you think. Okay? All righty. Next, Power Book 2, Season 4. We didn't went past the whole first half. Remember, this is their finale. This is this is a series finale. They decided to take the 10 episodes and break it in half. So they did July 7th straight out, and or June 7th, one of the two. They did straight out. They did 5 episodes. So let's talk about it. Shantice, you did first last time. Ainsley, it's on you.
Okay, the first 5. All right, I don't have my notes, but what a ride. Cause we talked about the first episode, right? When they with her in a coma state and all that kind of stuff, right? But what a ride for the first episode to the 5th episode. Oh my gosh. It's definitely keep you glued to the screen. You want to know what's going to happen next. But what a ride though, because oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. There's that one part in this series.
Don't go to the end, Ainsley.
I'm not gonna go to the end. All
Don't
right.
start at the end.
No, I'm not gonna start at the end. I'm gonna say right in the middle. Okay. All right. I'm like, okay, my part, one little thing. Was I don't know where to begin. All right,
anywhere but the end.
Huh? Okay. No, but I was like, you see the part, you go like, oh, that is so stupid. Like, what's his name? What's his name? Obi? the Norma's right hand person.
Okay, yes.
Yes. So when get the Carla, pulls him into brings him to the precinct, and he's talking all this stuff. I'm like, yo, you're supposed to be the right hand man. You know, doggone well, you won't have to say anything.
Right.
You said all night long. You're the second person in command of this enterprise, and you don't know to shut your mouth.
Right.
You get caught up the whole night in jail, running your mouth and whatnot. I was like, come on now, you can't be that stupid. That to me, when I saw that,
he was.
I'm like, come on now, that I said, this don't make no sense right here. This don't make no sense, you know. But I like the whole episode. I remember I said before we asked a question who we thought should go.
Yes.
You know, remember I said I thought it should be Drew.
Yes.
I thought it was going to happen. I was like,
okay.
And it didn't happen. I'm like,
I kept thinking about you, Ames. I kept thinking about you. I was like, Drew, Ames said you're supposed to be gone.
You're supposed to be gone, man. You're supposed to be gone. Mr. Major, Tyreek, you know, they're going through these, you know, first they want to be regular students. When they get to regular students, now they ain't happy. Now they got to go back into the drug game and whatnot. It's just like the seesaw. You don't know what you want. You went in, you went out. Now he's going to be in it, but now if he's in it, he's got to be on top. So he ain't never coming out. Basically, that's what he's saying and whatnot. Right. But it's interesting, all the twists and turns. I don't know how far you want me to go. But
go ahead, you're out there.
Huh?
You out there.
Okay. But I like
the end. Just not the end.
Okay, all right, but I like it. I'll be cool for right now.
Okay.
I like how it's going. I can't wait for the second half.
Okay. All right, Shantice, what say you? Power Book 2, Ghost, Season 4, the entire first 5 episodes.
It was I was very disappointed. Ain't nobody died. How nobody died in the whole first part?
Somebody died. Obi died.
And then who died? No, he don't count. He don't count. He a newbie. He a newbie. And he was almost right hand, but I don't count that. But all these other getting right there, getting close, and pull the gun out, and just getting back. Got the gun out, but I get a phone call. I was like, what? If somebody don't get shot in the eye or something, I hope everybody die in the second half. Make up for the first half. Everybody need to die. There didn't be no survivors just to make up for the first half. I was like, what is happening here? The storyline was pretty good. It was a little annoying with the whole first half is this whole cat and mouse communication type thing. Like, all right, it's like everybody getting somebody. It's like if y'all don't sit down and figure out a way for y'all to still beef or make some money or something, because this whole I'm gonna get you, but then you hide from her, but then y'all made up, but now both of y'all going to her, but then you go. It was just like, all right. I really enjoyed Golden Brooks. I really enjoyed her.
Okay.
I really enjoyed her. She didn't do too much. It was like just enough her to be the supportive friend who happens to be a nurse, so she could be a caregiver, not just someone.
Cousin.
Cousin. Right. Not someone there just for moral support, but also someone to kind of keep Monet in check and tell her about herself while being there medically as well. I
thought they were sisters.
No.
They're cousins.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I knew they weren't sisters. But I really liked that. She was a good addition. She was a good addition. I won't talk about the ending yet. But overall it was all right. I was just mad. Every episode I was like, all right, so maybe the next episode somebody's gonna die. Again, I kind of saw Omar's right hand coming because from when you know, he got in cahoots with Tyreek because of those green cards. She's been looking at him sideways from last season. So that wasn't all that surprising. And again, I don't count him. But everyone else, it was just kind of like, I know, I cannot wait to see how salty and how big of a punk Kane is going to turn into.
Oh, when he finds out that
she's
David,
sleeping with, she's sleeping with David. You done went and call yourself playing Effie for her, and you figure you getting all good with her, like, yeah, it's gonna be me and my boo, Bonnie and Clyde, we bowling, until you find out she's sleeping with one of the only people that's able to keep you out of jail. So you can go ahead and kill him, but then now you and the whole family gonna really go down. So I'm just waiting to see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, you're not sleeping with Davis? You wait till Kane find out. Because it's coming out.
Oh, definitely gonna come out.
It's coming out, honey. It's coming out.
When it started happening.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought that was gonna be the cliffhanger.
That's one of those I'm coming to get you moment. It's like get there, and it's like, come on, like somebody find out something. Like, come on already.
I too thought, and I think they're just leaving all of that to the second half. But here's what we're gonna do. Let's talk character. Let's talk character. Brayden. Ainsley, Brayden.
Yo, that's your kind of dude you want your friend to hang by your side. You know, again, it reminds me of Ghost, and you know that duo and whatnot. So, Brayden, character-wise, though, he playing his part. He is playing his part and whatnot. He playing his part. I was kind of expecting him. I kind of think he may. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to go a little solo. Because he always had to talk about, like, you know, I lost my family over you, I'm doing this, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But everything's a problem to you except what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, he feel like he's not a real partner. He's like number two, really, underneath, so to speak. So,
right.
And when he's starting to, you know, sniffing the drugs and telling information to the girl in the band and stuff like that, I believe he might start. I'm gonna be surprised if he starts going a little wayward. A little bit. Okay. Brayden,
Shantice.
That is so Tommy. That was so. I was like, what are they really trying to reenact? Literally, this whole Ghost and Tommy thing, because we didn't know Tommy prior to him getting high, but that was him and this chick is like Tommy and Holly. I meet you instantaneously. I'm vibing with you. I'm all caught up with you, and then I find out you're going after my brother. Now you gotta go and all that. The only thing he didn't do yet was choke her to death. But another thing. But yeah, the whole time I was watching, I was like, this is so
true. Yeah.
Especially the scene when Tariq found out that Brayden was sniffing, and his response, which then propelled her to tell Brayden what she did to him. And I'm like, this is so Holly. Holly went to the Jamaicans to get Ghost killed. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are literally reenacting this whole friendship. Yo. So he is extremely loyal, even though, you know, they're battling a little more, but that's to be expected. Because look at how long the friendship is. Everyone is getting older. Circumstances have changed, so of course it's gonna be, you know, where I'm gonna be flipping my lip a little more with you than I used to. But I really love watching him. Like, it's like, nah, we're Brayden at. We gotta get Brayden on the screen. I love he's playing that character. He is playing. He's really playing that role. I could have he could have been in the original Power, like more than what he was. Yeah, I could see him rocking out in the original Power.
But he had a better pronounced role here. Had he been in Power 1, he couldn't have been overshadowed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been. He couldn't have had this prominent role that he
Right.
had. You know, Tyreek had to go through the Kane,
Yeah.
Canaan thing, and drinking the what's that thing, the
Lean.
stupid the lean, and going through the licks, and he had to go through all of that without a Braden.
Yeah.
But here's
Right.
the thing with Braden. What's the matter with y'all choosing these women? You know, the boy said it. He said, you don't know how to pick them. And they are so lame. And here you come back and tell Braden you put acid in the boy's water. I'm like, yo, what is the matter with these chicks? You know what? Just stop. Just stop dating. Because, first thing I kept thinking about was what you call him's niece. She was all out there. What's his name? Sax niece.
Saxony's.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, yo, you've been down this road already. Stop getting mad when he's telling you about these women. And as soon as he leaves the room, you tell him that you didn't put, and just like Shanti said, typical Tommy, it's like, yo, this is my dude right here. What you doing? You
Right,
just
yeah.
a woman. So, he definitely shows his loyalty. And yes, Anika, Braden is one loyal dude. He didn't have the heart to tell Tyreek that the girl tripped him up. And he was like, yo, this is going on all over campus, man.
Yeah.
Really.
You probably will tell him later on.
Yeah, yeah, when all the coast is clear and everything is cool. But Braden is definitely playing his role. He is he's ride or die. That's a true meaning of ride or die. But check this out. Remember they stole the car back from 2-Bit.
Yeah.
They stole the car back from 2-Bit. They go sell the car so they can get the drug money. And
Right.
Braden sells his car.
Yes.
He sells his car. I was like, yo, so it's like,
He had
I
to do
agree
it.
with you. Right, well, the father was not gonna let him keep that car. But this is who we are to one another, and he's always got, he's another one with the brains, and he's gonna and stuff like this. So he's definitely truly a ride or die. Kane Tejada, what are we talking about, Ainsley?
Yo, what a thug and a half and whatnot. What a thug and a half. I give him credit though. I was surprised when he made a move on Norma. I was like, oh, you got a lot of gall right there.
Yeah.
You got mad gall. And when he went to the match, with I forget the guy, the other drug dealer, Dick Roman. When they went hand in hand,
Yes, when they had the fight.
right, man to man, stuff like that. And he only won because the guy he snuck in up here, brass knuckles. So then he's a true thug and a half and whatnot. But also like the other dynamic when that he was able to be, he's not all muscle, but he can play the role. Like when he went to that political dinner.
Yes.
Kind of, tee off talk with the other black guy and whatnot. Speak, dress that language to him while Norma can just do, try to get the business deal that she's trying to get at. So it's not always just all muscle, but he can kind of play the part when necessary.
Right. Okay.
But the main thing with Kane, I like with Shantice, I can't wait till he find out that he ain't got all Norma like that to himself.
Right.
Let's see, yeah.
Right.
Now, I kind of thought though, with Kane, I was hoping that I hate to say it, that he was going to shoot Drew anyway.
Okay.
Because he supposedly, you so hung up on your mom, you really don't like what's going on, and the emotional thing behind it, I thought like he would just did it anyway. Maybe because I wanted him to from the very beginning. But He's just straight. What you see is what you get.
Right.
With him.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo. Kane, Shanti.
He is such a huge baby. That is one of the biggest baby thugs I've ever seen in my life. He acts strictly off of emotions. When he gets emotional, that's when he becomes irrational. That's when he wants to kill, he wants to shoot, he wants to fight because he feels threatened. And that's what this whole cat and mouse chase has been all seasons, but especially this last season with him and Tariq. And even when he was told to stand down, it was still, nah, I'm still going to do this. You're so emotional that even with your mother saying stand down from killing your siblings, because I've forgiven them, whatever, you still want to do it. He's just all about emotions. I mean, him as an actor, I love me some Willie McLean. He's playing this role. This Kane has just always true to this character, always an emotional baby, whether it's because of the father, him trying to prove himself to the father, him trying to prove himself to his mother, him being jealous of Tariq, whatever it is, him wanting Effie, whatever it is. So we really about to see the real baby once he finds out about Davis.
Yes.
We really gonna see how big the baby really is. But yeah, he's so emotional. And that's exactly why he was never given the opportunity to be the second, because you cannot run, you cannot be about that life and be all about emotions. You have to be able to think quick on your feet. You have to know it, and that's why Ghost was the way he was. That's why he stayed on the level he was at, because he knew when to turn it off and on. There was a time to put on that black outfit and go kill. There was a time to stay silent, but still behind the scenes shut things down. There was a time to not make any moves and let everybody think he ain't pick up on nothing. He didn't see nothing, and then after a while, it's like, oh, dad, Ghost picked up on that. Yeah, I ain't figured nothing. I was in the room. I heard, I saw. But and that's the only time him and Tommy ever fought.
Right.
Tommy was always ready to bust out, and Ghost is like, yo, we need to chill. We need to think. We need to be strategic. So yeah, that's why his father and his mother never said, "I King, you running this." They knew he was the muscle. They treated him as the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Absolutely.
you always show. That's what you always showed. So yeah, but he's just a huge baby.
Okay. A pain in my neck. He just got on my nerves. Just way too emotional. Way too hot-headed for an individual who has been vying to be number 2 under the parents. Still, to after all this time, he has never, ever figured out that his emotions are not going to get him anywhere. I'm actually surprised at Noma to actually get involved with him. So I lost a lot of respect for her at that point. I thought that, you know, a woman who's supposed to be as business savvy and clean and, you know, has some charisma about her, you would go for this dog. He just couldn't be sexy enough for me. I just couldn't be sexy enough for me. So for me to dismiss, you know, so, you know, I do believe that it took a lot for him not to kill Drew, because he's been wanting to kill Drew a long time, since he's been in the rivalry with his, you know, with the father. And I can't wait for him to get bumped off. I can't wait. Just kill him. Go ahead, kill him. And I feel like Noma's gonna kill him. He's gonna make Noma kill him. I could be wrong, but I think he's gonna force Noma's hand, because being that, see, here's where Noma is stupid. She's allowed Kane to get too close. Mm-hmm. Like you said, she put him in, you know, the position of doing what he did at the gathering thing, at the gala. You know, she's watched him do the street thing with the drugs, and now she didn't bet him. So now that you done bet him, you done just went all the way across the line. You're not going to be able to tame this monster, and you're going to be messed up. So I think after he finds out that Davis is sleeping with Noma, he's going to go off and Noma's going to kill him. Because it's either going to be me kill him or him kill Davis. And right now she needs Davis because Davis is the link to, her money, to her, the level, right, where she's trying to go. And she's not gonna let Street Boy Kane. He may rock her bed, but she ain't letting him mess up where she's trying to go. So right. I think she's gonna be the one that kills Kane, honestly. Okay. Anika says Norma lost her muscle man. So, all right. Diana. Ainsley. Diana.
This girl right here, I feel, and part of me, I feel sorry for her, then part of me is like, this is what you deserve, what you got. First of all, you planning this, you go to Tommy's mother house with the red wig, making him think it was your mother, and lo and behold, the ring camera pulls up, there you go.
Yes.
And now you're like, oh, and stuff like this. And now pregnant, of all people, Tyreek's baby. Oh my goodness, man. So, I like the character, but it's like, okay, where is she going? Where is, she's smart, but it's like, you make dumb moves. With Drew.
Stupid girl.
With Drew, and so that because what's the guy? What's his name? Slim. He's dead. She don't know it yet. So I don't know. I think I'm like, I have a feeling she may turn out to be just as a mother, just like Monet.
Really?
I'm gonna put it out there. Yeah, because if you don't change, that's what it's headed. Hanging with Tyreek, that's what it's gonna be.
Okay. Shantae, Diana.
Another big baby. I was mad she didn't get when Tariq found her at what's his name's house.
Oh yeah.
He dry snitched after he promised he wouldn't say where she was.
Yo, he is such
that was mad quick. He said, "Okay, I got you." Then Tariq bust in like, "Where is she? I don't know. Where is she? She at my parents' house in Connecticut." First of all, she should have already known. Celine. She should have already known Celine wasn't gonna hold nothing. Like, come on, you knew who you were dealing with. You weren't that desperate. You might as well have just went right to Tariq and said, "Here I am," because it was just like, come on. But in that scene, I was so mad he didn't shoot her in the head. Like she said, "Oh, I'm pregnant and it's yours," and he paused. I was like, "Pause now, get." Come on, like she's right there. Like, what are you doing? And then here, grandmother of the year want to bust in, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, she needs to die." Diana, she's been getting on my nerves for a long time now, a long time, and now you about to be somebody's mother? Absolutely not. Let's stop this generational curse here and just end it, because she is such a brat. I don't think she's smart at all. I think with her being involved, out of the 3 kids, she was involved the least in the game. But yeah, you the slowest. I don't understand how that works. I guess maybe she needed to be thrown in to get some type of sense. I don't know. But because even as high-headed as Kane is, there's a level of smarts there. She just ain't got. It's just like one ditzy move after another. Like, girl, what are you doing? So yeah, no, that she definitely needs to be like the first one. She needs to die before the opening credits of the first episode. In the second part, like right after they give the previously on power on Ghost powerful go whatever they say. As soon as they give what happened this first part, it needs to be a scene and she's dead, and then they go to this is a big rich town. They go into that. Don't even let her survive the first episode of the second part. Like, she's just annoying. She's annoying. She's annoying.
He's going so hard on the girl. Oh my God.
But she is just annoying. Like, no, get rid of her. Now you got Monet thinking. You got Monet thinking she got a future. See how this? No, see the domino effect? No. Now Monet looking forward to being a grandmother. All that? Nah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, you going? Oh my goodness.
Kill her.
Oh my God, you can be that.
Oh, that is hilarious.
We should do it. Listen, for all y'all watching, Pastor Steph and Ainsley, the Brooklyn guy, they are all about plays and scripts and writing, right? See how on Instagram they doing all these snippets and reenactments? We need to do that. We need to do that. Before the opening credits, somebody needs to play Diana, and we're gonna figure out. We're gonna write how she should get killed and who should be the one to kill her. That needs to be Tariq's kill.
You need to act that out. You got to act that one out.
Right, because you're so passionate.
Yes,
I'll do it. And she needs to be Tariq's kill. No one else should have the privilege of killing Diana outside of Tariq.
All right. Well, Anika says Diana is another dummy. I'm surprised she lasted this long. And yeah, Salim was not about that life. I could not believe when the second time he asked, he was like, "Oh, she's at my parents' house." I was like, "Yo, you a straight punk. You promised this girl you would not tell, and before you could breathe heavy."
You can't trust people who don't use their real name. See?
You know what? Who lied about their background, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay. So Diana is another annoying Tahada for me. She's just annoying. She's annoying from the time she slept with Salim. You could be that desperate to sleep with him. Just annoying. She's just annoying. They are an emotional group. Don't forget, Drew was the one in the restaurant crying over the boyfriend who never claimed him but claimed the new white guy. This thing. They are all three emotional children, and Golden Brooks said it best. You ruined your kid's life.
Yeah.
You simply ruined their life. They are all three very emotional individuals. You know, Shantisha talk about how emotional Kane is, but Diana's just as emotional. Who does all of that? And then now you're gonna rethink your steps. When you make street moves like that, that's it. The nail is in the coffin. You deal with the
You gotta go through with it, like Drew said.
Right.
Because we gotta go through it now. Cry later.
Right. Who now rethinks all of this stuff going on now? Every time you turn around, oh, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I was mad. Everybody's got the same excuse. I was mad. So she's another one. They just go ahead and kill her off because we ain't gonna be missing nothing. I don't think it's gonna be Tariq's kill because he's now all caught up in the fact that he's got a child coming here. Yeah. So it ain't gonna be his kill. And I think what's going to happen is she's going to get killed. And that's going to be Tariq's greatest loss because it's going to be her and the child that's going to be dead. So I'm thinking that's where we're going with that. Okay. We got a few more minutes. All right. Where do you hope to see this go, Shantice?
Everybody dies. There needs to be no survivors, or maybe just one survivor, and the survivors should be Ghost. Ghost needs to come back and walk over everybody's body at the end to show who is the real GOAT in this franchise here. But yeah, I think with all of the running around and this one chasing that one, and this one trying to get money, this one want to be the king, and this one is a snitch, and so on and so forth. If it's to where for Tariq to live, it's kind of like nobody got you. And from the last, from the original, with him killing his father, allegedly. Now we can throw that alleged word in. So I'm looking forward to seeing who gets got. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. And not only that, but I'm hoping that they get got by the people they should get got by. Like, you ever watch something and the person die, but they die by the hand of somebody else? You're like, well, where they come from? Like, I hope it's none of that. I hope it's none of that. I hope
from around the corner, bang, yeah.
Right. And I hope Davis ain't got no business killing nobody. So if he kills anybody, I'm gonna be upset. Like, even if it's a person I think should die, it's like, where you come from killing somebody? Like, chill out. Go over there and make the money.
That is the role, yeah.
Yeah, so something like that. But I'm just really interested in seeing who gets knocked off. And I feel like it's gonna be like, especially because no one got knocked off the first half. I hope like the second half is like a back-to-back. Like, first episode, these two go. Second episode, those three go. Fourth episode. It's like, that's how I'm hoping it is.
Okay. Ainsley, where you hoping to see this finale go in September? Oh, we right here. Oh my goodness, it's already here. September be here before we blink twice.
Yeah. I'm curious to see that too, because I'm like, I expected to see a lot more people go in the first half. But I like to see some people. Everybody ain't got to go, but a few. You know how I feel about Drew. I want to see him go. Can I talk about the end a little bit?
The what?
The end.
Who?
Can I talk about the end?
Yes. Wait, no, not yet.
Okay, all right. Okay, so
we coming for you, my brother. That's why you are not allowed to go to that. Because we coming for you.
Okay, all right. I can see Monet got to go. All right, I got to say, I'm kind of tired of Mary J's,
acting. She need to go for the acting alone. Like, this is why you going. Because from season 1, you ain't getting no better.
Yeah. I think she got just a little bit, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough.
A little bit of what? Don't get yourself in trouble.
The intermission. It was during the intermission.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
It was during the intermission. It was before the credits. It was before the credits. It was in between. It was in between the previously on and the credits. And she got better.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Is that what you were inferring? That she got a little better with what? Not line delivery.
The one who played the old Mary J. Blige looked better.
Yeah, mental use is that level is like, come on, But Monet, I want to see Monet go. I like to see how Kane going. I think maybe Kane should go. What do you think with that?
Yeah, we agree. I definitely agree.
I'm like, who's gonna do Kane though?
Noma. Noma's gonna do Kane. Okay.
That needs to be Tariq's kill. He been bullying Tariq since the beginning. That needs to be Tariq's kill.
That's true.
I agree, but I don't think they're gonna let Tariq kill him. I think it's gonna be Noma.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to see Kane go. Drew gotta go. Monet gotta go.
The whole Tejada family.
No, I think maybe Diane's gonna live.
Okay.
To keep this vicious generational cycle going.
You gotta have that cycle going on. You gotta have that cycle. Wonder what's gonna happen for maybe the next season, next something else later on.
Okay. All righty.
Grandson.
Okay. Ghost grandson. Oh my goodness. All right. So here's where we're landing before we go. Shantice, I'm gonna give you first dibs at the detective.
They all need to go on one swipe. Somebody needs to do like a Terminator thing where a Batmobile just come and just shoot him and his crew. Like, what was that? That was so whack. That was so whack. I'ma beat you. Cause you, as long as you don't kill the civilian, I'ma let you rock. But I'ma get my cut. What? So how you all up in this boy's face?
Okay,
This is what happens when you come out of nowhere. See what happens when you come out of nowhere and you ain't got nothing invested? This is what happens when you got nothing invested in the storyline, nothing invested in the characters, nothing invested in the people who have already died, nor the people who are living. You now gonna come and bargain with the bad people and say, as long as no civilians get killed, I'm gonna let you rock, but you still gotta pay me and my team. And how do you think you gonna continue to walk these streets carefree? Like, you don't know this family, you don't know these people, you only know what you read up on and whatever y'all been watching during y'all stakeout. That's it. You don't know nothing. Who you ask? Pause. You don't know nothing. That was extremely whack to me. I hope that he gets blown up and then dies. Like, he gets blown up, fired, and then like on his walk from his office with the box. Then he gets tortured for like 10-15 minutes. That was just so stupid. Like, who thought of that concept? It just made me hate the fact that he's in this movie.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
All right. Ainsley.
You lost, bro. You lost.
Ainsley.
Yeah.
Lee. How can I say this name? Ainsley. Lee. Ainsley.
Yo.
Give it up for your boy, the detective.
Yeah, Michael Ealy, you know, that's my boy. But, you know, I started feeling it on the 4th episode. I'm like, come on, man, you got to give me something.
You said the 4th. There was only 5.
I know, but by the 4th episode, I'm like, come on, man, I'm rooting for you. You got to show me something that, you know, show me some thievery, something, you know, that character. I'm like, it's weak. I'm like, you ain't giving it to me. Now, I thought for a second, right, I think it's the 5th episode, when he's in the house getting ready, and it's like he's talking to somebody. So, I was thinking,
right.
There's something else, someone's about to jump off now, all right. But then when he walked out the house, he just touched the picture. I'm like, he's talking to somebody passed on. I'm like,
the dead wife.
I'm like, come on, man. You gotta be something. You gotta give me something, bro. You gotta give me something. And I just watched that last part of the episode before we got on. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Really? You just a dirty cop? Really? Taking your 35%? I was let down, man. I was like, oh, no, come on. I was hurt.
Horrible.
You just ought to be. You just
right, all that defending.
Yes, we told you. He ain't nothing. He ain't gonna act nothing. He ain't gonna be nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. He was just nothing.
Not the actor, the character.
The whole thing.
No.
The whole thing made no sense. And again, this is what happens when you don't have anything invested.
You up there.
You up in this boy's face only for you to end up being crooked?
And worse than Tyreek.
Exactly.
Because you a cop. So not only are you worse than Tyreek because you're a cop, but now you got a whole team. And this chick, this cha-cha chick in the background with her little 2 lines, because this is what we do. And such and such a thing. I was like, yo, you got a whole team and you standing up in somebody's face threatening the African man, threatening Tyreek. How about the fact that he gives Tate such a hard time. Listen, Tate is stupid because I'm not gonna give you all my good stuff,
Right.
and you take the credit for it.
Right.
You can't be that desperate. You can't be that desperate. You cannot be that desperate. You begging for a placement in this dirty cop. So here's the thing. You so gung-ho about Tariq. You missed the whole aura of this detective. You don't smell he's bad.
Right.
You don't smell he's got any kind of crooked. You don't even check him out. You don't do no research on him before you now diving in. What kind of detectives are these?
Yeah.
They own people, crooked people out. And when he said the whole thing about stop, don't do nothing, and then y'all gonna give me 35%, and as long as you don't kill civilians, I just stared at the TV. I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me.
But said it like he was intimidating, Pastor Steph.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying these are street people. They're kidding about you.
Yeah.
Know them civilians.
You know
what I thought was going to happen? I thought like his wife, whatever. I was thinking that, okay, her death is intertwined with somebody, maybe with Ghost or Monet.
Right.
Intertwined. There go your, that connection. Why you going to that? But I'm like, episode, you got to give me something, man. You just come on, you got to give me some meat and potatoes, man.
Yeah,
no. But I thought we were going to go, but it never happened. And I'm like, that was, if anything, that was one of the letdowns of the first half of this.
But I knew he wasn't about anything. I would have never guessed that he would have been a dirty cop. But I thought, like Shantice thought, when they showed the picture, so like you said, when he was talking in the background and he had a dialogue going on, he was talking about nobody but himself. And they showed her picture. I thought when they zoomed in on the picture, I thought it was going to be a recognizable face. Like to say, oh, yo, that's so-and-so, from Power.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When they showed her, I'm like, well, who is she? She ain't got no link to nobody who's all these characters in Power. All these characters in Power Book 2, she ain't got no link to none of them. So why are you all crazy and insane? So when he gets out in the street and he starts telling this story, I'm like, yo, you just extra whack right now. So they need to blow you up first. They need to put you in a car, put a stick of dynamite in your mouth, and just light it.
Yeah, so I hate the man you gotta go through.
Yeah. Wait, we got Anika. Wait.
That was my guy.
No, that you blew that one, brother. Anika says Drew is lethal. He's emotional, but he still thinks first, which is true. Davis's brother already killed the right one for him, which is true. And I think Drew is going to be the last man standing out of the Tejadas. I think so. I think Kane is too hot for them to leave him in place. Monique is too weak to leave her in place. And I think Diana is going to be the knife that goes through Tariq's heart, only because that's going to be the connection to his future.
Yeah.
Well,
with Drew, across my mind, he might. Yeah, you're right. He might want to be the last one standing. He might, because he's interested in this art. So I think there's a hint that he might just go away in the sunset doing his art. So
right.
So when they asked him to be a part of the whatever, he was like, "No, I just want to do this and whatnot." So you're right. Even though I want to see him gone, but you're right.
Yeah, I could easily see. I could easily agree with Anika where he's the last man standing, because at the end of the day, he's really the strongest one, even though he's emotional like everybody else. But I think he's the strongest one. Well, listen, next week there's some stuff that's out on the table. We will hit everybody up with what we're going to be reviewing next. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Reasonable Doubt is out there, so check that out. Season 1. So when we start, season 2 starts. Reasonable Doubt
on the 22nd.
On the 22nd. Okay. So we got There's a Miss Cleo story. Call Me Now. Yeah, I hear it's supposed to be very good. So there's a lot of a lot of stuff is coming up in August. So we will definitely keep you in tune as to who we're going to be and what we're going to be reviewing next. I can't wait to get this second part two of the series
Wow.
finales of Power
Yeah.
Book 2
Yeah.
going. But make sure you keep posted. Tell everybody about it. Make sure you keep that tube on. All right. Oh yes, yes, yes. It's no, not Miss Cleo. Yes, the Lady of Rage is going to be portraying Miss Cleo. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good. So we'll see. We shall see. It's your girl, Pastor Steph.
Dantes.
That Brooklyn guy, Ainsley.
All right. And our girl, Anika, hanging out with us in the background. We are saying goodnight. We can't wait to be with you again. Make sure if you have something that you want us to review, make sure you hit us up. Coach, the number 4, Christian Life at yahoo.com. All right. So make sure you can hit us up at Coach 4 Christian Life on
Facebook.
Facebook. Thank you. Facebook. And that's the word 4, not the number 4. The number 4 is in the email address, but Coach for Christian Life is actually in Facebook as the word. So if you got something that you want us to check out, make sure you check us out. Also, know that My Two Cents is a part of It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. If you've got a movie, a Christian movie that you want us to review, make sure you let us know. We'll review it.
Yes.
Have that conversation with you. Love you. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Good night.